Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, after having our discussion on the different attributes and signification of the nakshatra in different playlist on my channel, if you want any elaborative information, I've already uploaded the basic information of all the nakshatras over there. Now we will try to walk or go little extra, and we will now try to place different planets in the nakshatra, and we will try to understand the results over here, because you know that behind each zodiac sign it's the energy of the nakshatra only which the transiting planets manifest, or they extract and churn out those energy or results in the form of the energy of those nakshatra only. And that is the only reason even in any of the Vedic astrology calculation, lot of emphasis is given to your moon nakshatra, to your janam tara. On the basis of your moon nakshatra only we get to know that which gods you shall worship, or which mantra shall you recite, or for any of the determination of the profession, right set of auspicious transit for you, all of that gets determined on the basis of your moon nakshatra. But in this video guys, we will try to go a little beyond, and we will try to include all the planets, and we will try to dive deep into the different pada of the nakshatra as well. So yes, to begin with, first of all, let's first understand the basic overview of this nakshatra. For all those people who are just starting up in their journey in the Vedic astrology, this is going to be very helpful for them. So guys, every zodiac sign is of 30 degree space. Within that 30 degree, 13 degree 20 minutes is the space which is allotted to the nakshatra within it. So that means the space from 0 degree till 13 degree 20 minutes within the Aries is allotted to the Ashwini nakshatra. Now, just because so far we got to know about two entities. The very first thing is that this nakshatra reside in the Aries. The rulership of the Aries goes to the planet Mars. Now, Ashwini nakshatra in itself is being ruled by the planet Ketu. Now, you know that in astrology, any combination of the Mars and the Ketu energy kinds of create a very impulsive, a very explosive yoga. So that sort of energies can be attached with the functioning of the Ashwini nakshatra, that it is very quick to take action. It could be little bit impulsive as well. A lot of the like speed car racer and all those profession where quick judgment is needed could be somehow connected with the functioning or energy of the Ashwini nakshatra as well. Now going a little bit more further, the god which preside over the Ashwini nakshatra are the celestial divine healers, which are the Ashwini Kumars. So just because I use the word healer, so that in itself tells about the magical qualities which has been attached to the energy of the Ashwini nakshatra. And because it has got the involvement of the Ketu, so majority of the shamans, majority of the healers and psychic and medium are connected with this Ashwini nakshatra. So if you have any of your important planet being placed in the Ashwini nakshatra, you will have that sort of healing touch around you. Second thing is that because of so far the involvement of Ketu, of Mars, and now the healing thing, so that also tells about all the modern day procedures, all the modern day cosmetic procedures to look beautiful, to look attractive, get any of the surgery done on your face, somehow also comes in the domain of the energy of the Ashwini nakshatra as well. Along with that guys, like the way I mentioned this thing, that because of the rulership of the Ketu, because of the involvement of the Ashwini Kumars, the celestial divine horsemen, so that also tells about like all those profession and fields over where horses are involved, speeding cars are involved, where punctuality is involved, where the aggression, violence, use of weapons are involved, somehow can also be connected with the functioning of the Ashwini nakshatra. Now guys, just because it has got a space within the Aries from 0 degree till 13 degree 20 minutes. So now let's divide it further into 4 padas and try to dive deeper into the functioning of energies over there. So the space from 0 till 3 degree 20 minutes is connected with the Ashwini nakshatra within Aries, but it is the Aries Navamsa pada. So that means it is also the Vargotam pada as well. So that means any planet which is going to be placed in over here is going to be placed in the Aries sign in the Navamsa as well. So now you will be finding and witnessing the blast of the single-minded Martian energy. any of the planets of yours, if they are going to be placed over here, they can actually make you very pioneer. They can actually give you a lot of the leadership skills as well. You might be the first one in so many ways in your family, like the first one to start a business, the first one to move to a foreign land. So there will always be that pioneer spirit which will going to be attached to you. And like the way guys, when we talk about that degree and sense of youthfulness in your actions, in your personality, can also be attached with the very first pada, which is the Aries Navamsa pada, from 0 degree till 3 degree 20 minutes. Now the minute we will reach your second pada, which is the Taurus Navamsa pada, from 3 degree 20 minutes till 6 degree 40 minutes. Now guys, this is a domain within the Aries sign, within the Ashwini Nakshatra. Over there you will find that planets like this could be Rahu, can do very good over here. Even Moon has got strong capacity to manifest some very good results. Like with this kind of combination, you could be a very good poet, you could be a very good artist, you might also benefit from the travels, you might do very good in any of the therapy and like becoming a psychiatrist as well. So the energy of this domain has got strong receptivity to do with the aesthetics, beauty, empathy, healing and all. Now if you will find that any of the like if you want to understand the energy of the third pada, which is from 6 degree 40 minutes till 10 degree within the Ashwini Nakshatra or the Aries zodiac sign. So guys, this is the pada which carries the energy of the Gemini Navamsa pada. So a lot many times it has been seen that these people can do very good, like something to do with the domain of communication, relationship. Over here there will be that degree and sense of quickness in the matters of relationship, in the matters of passion and sexuality. So if you have any of the important planets placed over here and they are getting activated in their dasha, and native is going to have interest in anything, whether you develop a hobby or whether you develop infatuation, attraction or love towards someone, native is going to be very quick to act in the any sort of opportunity. And from 10 degree till 13 degree 20 minutes within the Aries sign is the Cancer Navamsa pada. So this is a pada where it has been generally seen that all the benefic and the healing magical qualities of the Ashwini manifest to the purest of the form. Like you could be a walking like reservoir of therapy, of healing, giving solution to people. Like the way guys, there have been so many indigenous form of healing over where touch plays a very important role, mantras plays a very important role, giving therapy through water, hydrotherapy plays a very important role. So I would say that with this specific pada, somehow the energy of the Ashwini and the therapeutic healing side of the Ashwini manifests its purest of the qualities. Now after this guys, let's try to place all of your planets in the Ashwini Nakshatra in totality, in whether in any pada, but if any planet is placed in the Ashwini, how it is going to be behaving. So let's say for example, if your ascendant in itself is placed in the Ashwini, so it is a good sign, because if Lagan is going to be placed over here, so that means you will have that degree and sense of childlike innocence in your face. You could be able to retain your youth for a very long span of time. Like even after like you have turned like 35 or 40, you still look very youthful. Along with that, any interest, involvement in healing things will be your forte. People will automatically be drawn towards you because of that sort of healing touch and power which you possess. Along with that, this can actually make someone little bit impulsive as well, but it will make native very fearless in any challenging situation. If you have your sun being placed in the Ashwini Nakshatra, now guys, it is considered as a very good placement, because somehow sun attains its peak of the exaltation in the within the Aries in the Ashwini Nakshatra region only. So that means the purest of the solar quality manifests itself when it is going to be placed in the Ashwini Nakshatra. So you will have that pioneer spirit attached to you, and all the pure of the sun qualities, whether we talk about leadership, fame, and that sort of high sense of righteousness, ego, self-importance, and leadership qualities, recognition, visibility. So all of that native will get. So sun's placement in the Aries, that too in the Ashwini, can actually give you that sort of youthful vibe towards you. You will genuinely care. Like if you will get any leadership role, you could be one of those leader who genuinely care for your people. So this is what this placement tells about. Now if your moon is going to be placed in the Ashwini nakshatra, so that means your very first dasha is going to be of the Ketu. So this tells about that in the childhood, native might have some sort of esoteric, mysterious kind of experiences, like suddenly waking up from the sleep and crying, or some sort of undiagnosed kind of problems, issues and all. But they are going to be a little bit temporary in nature as well. But yes, in the early childhood, native is going to have some sort of very esoteric kind of experiences. A lot many times it has been seen that kids who are born with some very unique and distinctive body marks in their body, that is also seen with like if your moon is going to be placed in the Ashwini nakshatra. But yes, this actually makes you a good healer. You could be very pioneer in your line of work. You will be very quick to act in any situation. You might have that sort of mindset that I want to have my unique identity in the society, in the world, my unique we call this word in Hindi pehchan, my recognition. So you will work in that direction. And yes, when we talk about leadership role, healing powers, that sort of aura around you, and interest in technical fields, so native can excel in all these kind of things. But the good part is that you are genuinely a healer, whether you believe it or not. And if you will undertake or pursue any healing, counseling, therapeutic thing, you will have that leverage over any other people out there in the market. Like the way we say that there are so many doctors, but they're like certain doctors, you go there, you meet them, like sometimes even their medicine or talking to them act like as a placebo, and we get fixed. So I mean to say, you might have that sort of magical powers within you which needs to be unraveled. Now guys, if you have your Mars being placed in the Ashwini nakshatra, so that means initially your Mars is placed in its own territory, in its own sign, and within the Aries it is placed in the Ashwini nakshatra. So guys, if I were to say, I would still rate this Mars better than the Bharni, and to an extent I will also rate it better than Kritika. But everything comes down to that whether you are utilizing this energy or this spark of energy to create or innovate or be a pioneer of something or not. Are you kind of a crusader and you have that degree and sense of brotherhood where you want to protect people around you? So if you're working with that kind of mindset, this can actually give you very good results in any of your line of work, like problem solving, therapy, quick decision making, multitasking. Like the way guys, if I'm not wrong, there's a term for that, the first responder. Like whenever any emergency situation happen, people who take over and who handle, who manage these kind of emergency situation, you could be very good in that. And beyond doubt, like all those like people who work in army, military, and the weapon arms industry is somehow filled with people who have got prominence of, like you have heated planets, like you have like Mars, you have Sun being placed in the Aries, in the Ashwini nakshatra, could be responsible for giving you success. And like the way guys, Mars's placement in the Ashwini also gave attention, emphasis to staying youthful as well. Like that degree and sense of machoism to your personality, those sort of youthful interest even till later on in the life. Although we cannot stereotype it, but you will come across those people even in their like 50s and 60s. They have like habit of being regular to gym, being regular with sports, and getting along well with the youth and all. So that sort of aura around you. Now guys, when we talk about from Mercury's point of view, so Mercury's placement in the Ashwini could be a red flag, because we know that Mercury does not get along very well with the energy of the Aries. Within Aries, it is the energy of the Ketu, a headless planet, which does not respond well to the logic. It listens to its heart. And like even if you will go much deeper into it, if within the Aries, in the Ashwini, Mercury is placed in the Cancer Navamsapada, so it's all kind of a vulnerable sign. See, Mercury respond well in an environment where there's a lot of emphasis which goes to the logic, like Mercury being conjunct with Rahu in the Gemini in its own sign, and that too in the Ardra Nakshatra, we can still buy this. So the point which I'm saying over here is that only luck can help the native if the overall chart is well supported. Like within Ashwini, Mercury is placed in the Gemini Navam Sapada, and it is being supported, being expected by planet like Jupiter and all, then we can say this thing that Mercury can still respond well. But yes, there is going to be high vulnerability where driven by the impulse, headstrongness, native might end up taking wrong decision. But again guys, if this alignment is well supported and native has to be in a nature of work where quick response, quick, like those emergency responder fields and all, so in all these kind of fields, Mercury being placed in the Ashwini can actually do very good. We know this thing that Ashwini has got more to do with the healing, with the youthfulness. Now this person will have this kind of tendency and that sort of gifts to heal people through talking. So we know this thing that lot many psychiatrists and lot many counselors, that's how they get to the depth of your situation, of your problem. So in any of the client servicing counseling field, if this placement is well guarded, well supported, native can do very good over there. Like therapy, counseling session, native can do very good over there. Now if your Jupiter is placed in the Ashwini Nakshatra, now it is considered as a very good placement of Jupiter, because we know that Jupiter in the Aries is considered as very good, being placed in the nakshatra of the Ketu. Ketu also pays a lot of respect and heed to the blessings and the aura and wisdom of the guru of the planet Jupiter. So Jupiter in the like Ashwini becomes very strong in a way that in the older times when we and even in today there are like those teachers, those guru and those enlightened beings who have got this power to heal someone through their words, through their blessing and all. So especially when we talk about something to do with that sort of power in your religious austerities, like if you are going to be calling a priest for any of those austerities at your home, or if you're gonna hire any priest who's going to do the mantra chanting ritual on your behalf for your like for your success and all, so that person is going to have a lot of power, who's going to have Jupiter in the Ashwini. Like the way guys we say this thing that, see, Ketu has been connected with blessing, with the spirituality. Ketu has got a rulership over 3 nakshatra. When we talk about Magha, Magha has got more to do with the kind of promise of the power, ascension to power you have got from the past life. Mula has got to do with paying it back through chaotic, transformative experiences. But the true power of Ketu, which it is known for, the power of healing, is strongly connected with the Ashwini. And if your Jupiter is placed in the Ashwini, you have got this power, like any of the mantra, chanting, religious austerities performed by you will have some sort of power and substance to it. Now guys, if your Venus is going to be placed in the Ashwini Nakshatra, so if you remember at the beginning I mentioned this thing that Ashwini has got a lot to do with the staying youthful, and Venus's influence and Venus's presence in the Ashwini give rise to staying youthful or maintaining your beauty through different cosmetic procedures as well. Like the way, if I'm not wrong, I've read somewhere that even in Korea, like maintaining that perfect standards of beauty and getting a procedure done in order to have that perfect nose and perfect facial features is very common. So Venus's influence in the Ashwini person will not hesitate in order to attain that. Second thing is that see, relationship plays a very pivotal important role. See, like the way we say this thing that through relationship, through friendship, it actually act as a therapy, it actually act as a kind of a rejuvenation, kind of a remedy for you, therapeutic remedy for you. Friends, relationship, partner, being with someone play a very beautiful role in your life. The only concern is that this also makes native little bit impulsive and reckless and headstrong in the matters of important decision making in the important stages of relationship. Like I've seen lot many people that when they were of the right age, they were also dating someone. That person asked this person how to get married. Now this person was not very willing or ready or prepared, and you let go of those important opportunities when you could have got married to the right compatible person. So now guys, when we talk about the energy of the Ashwini and the Ketu, so I will not say that it is going to be only your flaw or your mistake, your poor judgment, because with Ketu there is a higher power, and omens and nature also plays a very integral role. But yes, Venus in the Ashwini is not considered as very powerful. Now, when we talk about if you have your Saturn being placed in the Ashwini Nakshatra, now guys, this is somehow considered as a deepest debilitation state of the planet Saturn. So Saturn in the Ashwini is not considered as very good, and we know this thing that the gods or the devata which preside over Ashwini are the Ashwin Kumars, which are born out of the wedlock of the Surya, like Sun, and with his wife Sanjana. So I mean to say, and Saturn being like if you will go by our like Vedic scriptures, over there Saturn was not treated well by his own father's son. So I mean to say, there is going to be that sort of Saturn kind of find itself little bit betrayed, and because of which it drives the native towards a poor judgment skills. Like these could be those people who do not demonstrate right set of perseverance when it comes down to achieving and attaining something big. Now again guys, we all know this thing that we all come across those kind of times and situation when staying low works in our advantage. Like the way you would have understood that if that politician, if that business person would not have shown greed or impulse at that stage, had he stayed low or had he been patient, he would have been reaping beautifully at this stage in his life. Like the way a lot many people in India give this example of one of the very rich industrialist Anil Ambani as well. Like the way when he like him and his brother their business got divided, it was him only who was most keen towards having a share, like business being divided and allocating between the brothers. And now where is does he stand, and where his brother has gone scaling the heights. So I mean to say, Saturn's placement in the Ashwini, I would say that it is not considered as very good, unless and until if Saturn is going to be placed in the Taurus Navamsapada or the Gemini Navamsapada. Let's say for example, if your Saturn is placed in the Aries and in the Ashwini Nakshatra, that too in the first pada. So that means it is getting Vargotam, but again there is going to be a tendency of not learning from your past mistakes as well. So yes, Saturn being in the Ashwini could be responsible for regretting, for your impatience and poor judgment at the important stages in your life. So there are remedies, there will be other balancing factors, but right now I'm just telling it from this point of view. And yes guys, I guess after that, and when we talk about from let's say for example, if you have this reverse kind of combination, that if your Rahu is placed in the nakshatra of the Ashwini, and let's say for example, if your Ketu is on the other end is going to be placed in the Libra, and that too in the Swati nakshatra. So this will make this nodal axis very very powerful for you. Like you could be among those people who is going to have very strong charm and strong sense of destiny attached to it. We know this thing that like Ashwini is a like a very youthful kind of energy. So Rahu over here actually kind of behave like that rebellious teenager. And if native is going to be taking interest in healing, in occult, in tantra, native can be very good in that. And let's say for example, if your Ketu is going to be placed in its own nakshatra in the Ashwini. So again guys, it all depends on that in the Ashwini in which pada it is placed. If it is going to be placed in the first pada, I would say that it could be responsible for like being very headstrong. So again, the Ketu energy now will function in its purest of the form. And again, Ketu has got a rulership over Magha and Mula as well. But Magha has got more to do with the attainment of authority, and Mula has got more to do with the karmic retribution, chaotic events. But when we talk about from the Ashwini point of view, it's the purest of the energy of the Ketu manifesting through healing. Now based on which Navamsa Pada it is placed, that is how that healing energy and that youthful energy is going to be getting manifested. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.